is an inverter compressor.
Right, okay.
You told me what a compressor is, but what's an inverter?
Okay, well, I didn't want to get too complicated with it, but you're right. I should have told you what an inverter is. So, inverters, sometimes called variable speed drives, sometimes called variable frequency drives. All it is a compressor which has got lots of different speeds. Okay. The reason that we use a variable speed compressor is because the amount of work that the pump has to do to pressurize the refrigerant varies depending on how much work it's got to do. Okay, so the difference between the water temperature which is in your heating system and the temperature it needs to be, and also we've got different external temperatures. So depending on where those are, that pump's either going to have to work not so hard or really, really hard. So we have an inverter driven compressor. And by running at that lower speed, it uses less energy. We've got a special guest, which is here. So come on in, special guest. Just stand yourself here in front of your gran. So this is Malachi, everybody. And Malachi, you're going to teach us what an inverter-driven compressor is.
Yes.
Yes. He seems very confident. So that's really good. So, going to do a little bit of a test here. Malachi's on his bike. He's got it in gear
6.
So it's on gear 6, which is the hardest gear. It's the fastest gear, but it's the one with most resistance. So let's see if you can ride up this hill then, Malachi. A little bit slow going at the front, but he's pushing hard. And let's see. And he's up to a decent speed by the time of the lamp. So, tell me about that.
Well, it's quite hard, but quite easy at the same time.
So it's quite hard, but quite easy. So is it quite hard to get going in the first instance?
Yeah, and then as I went up, it got easier.
It got easier and easier, right? So it's hard to get started if you're on the highest gear. All right. Well, I think you used a fair bit of energy there. All right. So I'm going to give you 3 sweets. Okay. Don't eat them all in once. All right, well done. Right, now we're going to change gear and see what happens then. You in now then, Malachi?
1.
Right, okay, let's give it some. Go. That's it. How did you find that?
Going up, easier.
It was easier. And
yeah.
Did you get to the same speed as you got to on the when it was in gear 6? Yeah.
But I got a bit more speed when I started going up on gear 1, and when I started going up to 2, 3, 4, and 5, then I got to 6. Yeah.
Good. So do you think you used more energy the first time or the second time?
More energy.
More energy the first time?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got, how many, I gave you 3 sweets the first time, didn't I?
Yeah.
Right, and now, because you used less energy, you get less sweets. Sorry, but that's it. So basically, a inverter-driven compressor is like having gears on your bike. You start at a small speed and slowly work up, and by doing that, you use less energy. So when Malachi was in gear 6, the hardest gear, did he use more or less energy?
More energy.
Yeah. So he used more energy, okay, and so we had to put in more sweets, didn't we?
Right.
Yeah. So with a direct online compressor, which is either on or off, we have to put in. If we think of the sweets as the electricity. Okay, so we have to put in more electricity to because there's more resistance. If we've got an inverter-driven compressor, we can start on a low gear, use a little bit of energy, and when Malachi started on the lower gear, did he get up to the full speed?
Yeah.
And how many sweets did we have to give him then?
1.
just one. So for us, that's really good. For Maliki, not so good. But in terms of electricity, if we're putting in less electricity to run the compressor, the system becomes more efficient, and it's better for the environment and better for your running costs.